Hello, guys, and welcome to my channel. And today we are going to learn some important MCQs for biostatistics, especially for fifth semester BPH, Purbanchal University, and it may be also useful for other uh, multiple choice competitive examinations. So let's get started. So our first question is, which of the following is not a measure of central tendency? Options are mean, median, mode, standard deviation. So what is the right answer? Here, the right answer is standard deviation because it is a measure of dispersion, not a measure of central tendency. The measure of central tendency are mean, median, and mode. That's why our right answer is standard deviation. So let's go to our next question. Our next question is, which one is correct relation in positively skewed data? Uh, as we know that in positively skewed data, mean is greater than median and median is greater than mode. Whereas in negatively skewed data, just opposite of it. That is, mode is greater than median and median is greater than mean. So the right answer is mean is greater than median and median is greater than mode. Similarly, in the next question, the range of data set is calculated as, and the options are the difference between the largest and smallest values. अरू अप्सन्स पढ्नै पर्दैन. फर्स्टमै हाम्रो राइट एन्सर छ, द डिफरेन्स बिट्विन द लार्जेस्ट एन्ड स्मलेस्ट भ्याल्युज. लेट्स गो टु नेक्स्ट क्वेसन. द रेन्ज अफ प्रोबेबिलिटी इज simple, that is 0 to 1. In a box plot, which part of the box represents the interquartile range? The middle 50% of the box, the entire length of the box, the whisker extending from the box, the median line inside the box. Right answer is the entire length of the box. Which of the following is a measure of relative variability? Options: mean, median, standard deviation, mode. Right answer is standard deviation. Question number 7. Which of the following measures of central tendency is least affected by extreme values? Options: mean, median, range, standard deviation. Mean is highly sensitive to extreme values and median is least affected by extreme values. So the right answer is median. And the coefficient of variation is calculated as the ratio of, we know the formula, that is ST by mean into 100%. So our right answer will be the standard deviation to mean. And our next question is, which of the following is a measure of the spread of a distribution around the mean? Range, variance, mode, interquartile range. And our right answer is variance. So in question number 10, in a frequency distribution, what does the cumulative frequency represent? Simple. Cumulative frequency is the sum of frequency up to a certain value. So in question number 11, Which graphical representation is used to display the frequency distribution of the continuous data? Histogram is the only graphical representation which is used to display the frequency distribution. What does a histogram depict? Simple, that is the distribution of continuous data. A researcher collects data on the heights of students in a class. Which measures of central tendency is most likely to be affected by an outlier? Mean, median, mode, interquartile, range. So our best answer will be mean, because median and mode is less likely to be affected by outlier. And the next question is, a researcher wants to summarize the income levels of a population. Which graphical representation will be most appropriate? The right answer is box plot. If box plot is not in the option, then the right answer will be histogram. In a standard normal distribution, what is the mean and standard deviation? Here, the right answer is mean will be equal to 0 and a standard deviation will be equal to 1. In question 16, in a binomial distribution, what parameters are required to fully describe the distribution? In binomial distribution, for calculation, uh, probability of success, that is n, and sample size, and probability of success and sample size is, that is n and p. N and p is the most two useful parameters that must be needed to calculate in the binomial distribution. So the right answer is probability of success and sample size. Similarly, in 17, the area under the normal distribution curve between two z-score represents what? That the probability of falling within that range of values. Someone will be confusing here in option B, the mean of the distribution. But the right answer is probability of falling within that range of values. Approximately what percentage of scores fall within one standard deviation of the mean in a normal distribution? Uh, uh, we know that plus minus 1 standard deviation covers 68.27% of the area, whereas plus minus 2 standard deviation covers 95.45% areas. Similarly, plus minus 3 standard deviation covers 99.73% areas. So here the right answer is 68%, which exactly is 68.27%, and which scale has true value of 0? Nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio. Obviously, ratio scale has true value of 0. The standard deviation is the square root of the variance, a measure of variability, yeah, an appropriate indicator of how numbers vary from the mean. All the options are right, so all of the above. A variable is measured in ratio scale. Which of the following statistical tools can be used? Mean and median, mean and mode, median and mode. Since a ratio scale has true 0 value, so the right answer is mean, median, and mode. These all can be calculated in the ratio scale. The under 5 malnutrition are recorded according to the time period. Which of the following historical presentation is appropriate to represent the data? Obviously line chart, because it shows the trend according to the timeline. The distribution nature of data is eti. Which statistical technique is important? That is, here is outlier is so higher. That's why median will be important because it is least affected by the outlier. Which of the following measure of dispersion measures the variability of the central 50% of the data set? Range, quartile deviation, mean deviation from median, standard deviation. Obviously, quartile deviation. It is also known as semi-interquartile range. That is half of Q3 minus Q1. That's why 50% of the data set, because it is divided by 2. Difference of quartile 3 and quartile first divided by 2. That's why it covers 50% of the variability of the central data set. Our next question is a relationship of the two quantitative variables can be represented by. It is very important question, so that I have highlighted bar graphs used for comparing categorical data, pie graph used for showing proportions or percentages of a whole, line graphs used to show trends over time, usually for one quantitative variable, scatter plots, that is relationship of the two quantitative variables. That's why our right answer is scatter plots. Similarly, Carl Pearson's coefficient is measured by difference of, we know the formula, there is two formula. Number one, that is mean minus mode by standard deviation. And in case of if mode is ill-defined, then the other formula will be 3 median minus 2 mean by standard deviation. So here is right answer will be mean and mode. That is difference of mean and mode. The standard deviation of binomial distribution is square root of NP, square root of PQ, square root of NPQ, or NPQ. Binomial distribution मा चाहिँ हाम्रो दुईटा चाहिँ प्यारामिटर हुन्छ, that is n र p, probability of success and number and total numbers, that is np, हैन. And we know here that is in binomial distribution mean is equal to np, and standard deviation mean, and here mean is equal to variance. So square of sigma is equal to np, and similarly only sigma is equal to root of np. So the right answer will be a square root of np, हैन. mean र variance equal हुन्छ र mean बराबर कति के हुन्छ त हाम्रो np हुन्छ, product of np, हैन. अनि variance भने के हो त square of standard deviation. त्यसैले standard deviation के हुन्छ त हाम्रो np मा square root हुन जान्छ. अनि त्यस्तै गरी हाम्रो which of the following measure of central tendency has more than 2 results? Mean is a single result, median gives single results, but mode is of 3 types, that is unimodal, bimodal, and multimodal. That's why the right answer will be mode. Similarly, the best classification for a statistical analysis is inclusive, exclusive, open-end, all, because it is based upon the context or analysis, and we are aiming to calculate, because it depends upon the type of data we are analyzing. So every classification has their own benefits, advantages, significance. So all will be the best answer. Our distribution is positively skewed if Mean is greater than mode. Mean is greater than mode. Which measure of dispersion is based on the absolute deviations only? Standard deviation, mean deviation, quartile deviation, range. Obviously, standard deviation. The number of license plates of three different digits that can be formed from the integers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is direct, 3 को factorial. Sorry. The number of license plates of three different digits that can be formed from the integers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is 5 factorial. And 5 into 4 into 3, that is 60 होइन. n into n minus 1 को फ्याक्टोरियल चाहिँ यसको फर्मुला हुन जान्छ. किनभने फर्स्ट प्लेस चाहिँ हामी 5 तरिकाले चाहिँ फिल गर्न सक्छौँ. त्यस्तै गरी सेकेन्ड पोजिसन चाहिँ 4 वटा तरिकाले र थर्ड पोजिसन चाहिँ 3 वटा तरिकाले चाहिँ के हुन्छ त हामी फर्म गर्न सक्छौँ. त्यसैले 5 into 4 into 3 हुन्छ. So our right answer is 60. And then after, the number of ways in which a man can invite one or more from 5 friends to dinner is, यो चाहिँ क्याल्कुलेसन हिसाब गर्ने कुरा चाहिँ आफै गर्नु होला हैन. त्यसपछि हाम्रो के छ त हाम्रो the shape of the normal curve depends on its mean deviation, standard deviation, quartile deviation, correlation. And the right answer will be the standard deviation, because the standard deviation controls the spread or width of the curve. A larger standard deviation results in a wider, flatter curve, while a smaller standard deviation leads to a steeper, narrower curve. And the next question is, in a class of MBS, there are 20 boys and 30 girls. 2 students have to be selected as class representatives. What is the probability that both are boys? यो चाहिँ तपाईहरुले क्याल्कुलेट गर्नु होला. र यस बाहेक मलाई लाग्छ 4-5 वटा एमसीक्यू अझै पढ्नुहुन्छ भने प्रोबेबिलिटीबाट नै हैन, कन्डिसनल प्रोबेबिलिटीबाट भयो हैन, र नर्मल प्रोबेबिलिटी, पोइजन डिस्ट्रिब्युसन हैन, नर्मल डिस्ट्रिब्युसन, बाइनोमियल डिस्ट्रिब्युसन हैन, यिनीहरुबाट अझै केही मतलब एमसीक्यू हैन, जस्तै मीन भेरिएन्स हैन, रिलेट गरेर चाहिँ एमसीक्यू बनाएर पढ्नुहुन्छ भने अलमोस्ट यति पढ्यो भने अलमोस्ट मलाई लाग्छ कि 95% चाहिँ तपाईको कभर अप भयो हैन. बाँकीको 5% मा तपाईको अब यस्तै प्रोबेबिलिटीबाट, अर्थमेटिक, जियोमेट्रिक मीन, हार्मोनिक मीनबाट अलि छोटो समयमा सल्भ आउट हुने हैन, परम्युटेसन, कम्बिनेसन हैन, यिनीहरुबाट चाहिँ अब सोधिन सक्छ हैन, जुन चाहिँ मैले इन्क्लुड गराएको छैन. अब कति अब त्यो इन्क्लुड गर्नु हैन, एकदमै भिडियो पनि लामो हुन जान्थ्यो हैन. अनि मलाई लाग्छ अब मैले यति मेन्सन गरेको र यो के भन्छ स्केल अफ मेजरमेन्ट हैन, नोमिनल, अर्डिनल, रेशियो, इन्टरभल स्केलबाट पनि एमसीक्यू तपाईले आफैले बनाएर पढ्नु होला. त्यसबाट एउटा आउन सक्छ. र एउटा मैले एमसीक्यू मलाई याद भएकोमा चाहिँ मैले एउटा गराएको छु यसमा हैन, र त्यसबाट अझै के एमसीक्यू चाहिँ बन्न सक्छ. र यति पढिसक्यो भने मलाई लाग्छ र टाइप्स अफ होइन टाइप्स अफ तपाईँको यो स्याम्पलिङ होइन त्यहाँबाट पनि क्वेसन आउन सक्छ। छ नि त कन्भिनियन्स स्याम्पलिङ, कोटा स्याम्पलिङ होइन, के स्याम्पलिङ छ, ऱ्यान्डम स्याम्पलिङ, तिनीहरूबाट पनि एमसिक्यू आउन सक्छ। यति पढिदिनु भयो भने 120/20 कन्फर्म, चिन्ता लिनै पर्दैन, एकदम ढुक्क हुँदा भयो। ल हस्, धन्यवाद।